Perk machines. They have been in the game since the second map in all of Zombies history, Verruckt. Verruckt introduced 4 new perks. They were unique. They were revolutionary. And they would spark the idea of 29 total perk machines, which will be ranked in this video in a tier list. I scoured the internet, searching all of the perk machines that have been placed into Treyarch Zombies, and I have waited until they revealed the final perk machines for Cold War, so that way I can make this video. If you want to join me, you could take the top link in the description, which takes you to the tier list with all of the perk machines, made by none other than myself. I have not seen any other YouTubers do this, so if you do enjoy the content that you see, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is all live streamed on my Twitch. I ranked all these, filmed them all on my Twitch, so if you wanna watch me live, twitch.tv/ToadTWE. I'm playing the brand new map Forsaken tomorrow, so if you want to catch me then, hope to see you around. Okay. And we have 29 perk machines. We have the F, D, C, B, A, and S tiers. And starting off in our F tier, number 29. We have Who's Who. Who's Who. Shitty perk, shitty machine. It only makes sense that possibly the worst machine, or the worst perk, would have the worst machine. I feel like they did Who's Who dirty because there's no redeeming qualities about this perk, especially with the machine. I can't admit that I like what they were going for, but I do feel like the design itself is unique, but it's not unique enough to warrant it higher than the F tier. Like, the colors are just bland, and honestly, like, it's just ugly all around. And to those of you who want to know my perk criteria, it has to be a unique machine. It has to have good colors. It has to have a good vibe, something that you could walk up to, take a nice look at it, and just drink up the perk and enjoy it. That's basically what I'm going for with the rest of these, just so you know. But at number 28, we have Electric Cherry. Electric Cherry is my favorite perk, and it hurts to put it this low, but I just feel like Electric Cherry could have been so much more. It debuted on one of the best maps in the entirety of Call of Duty Zombies, one of the 4 Horsemen, Mob of the Dead, but unfortunately it did not hold up, the machine-wise anyway. Granted, with Mob of the Dead's vibe, it did work, but outside of Mob of the Dead, it wasn't put on any other maps, because Treyarch even realized themselves that this perk machine was kind of shit and extremely situational to Mob of the Dead. I wish it weren't so, but I have to move on now. And then we have Tombstone at our number 27th spot. Tombstone. Again, shit perk machine. That's basically what is happening. Tombstone is our number 27th spot for a multitude of reasons. First off, the color scheme. I get it. They were trying to go for a nice and spooky feel with this perk machine, but unfortunately they did not do that. They just created what looks like a half-assed perk machine, in my opinion. Honestly, it feels a lot like Speed Cola in the sense that you can see the perks, like the perk bottles on the right side of the machine, and to that, it feels unoriginal, and it just feels bland and boring. So, at the F tier at our number 27th spot, that's where Tombstone will stay. And to top off our F tier, while it hurts to put it here, I have to put Double Tap 1 in the F tier. Double Tap, in my opinion, Double Tap, it's just a box, in my opinion. First off, the orange does not look good. It doesn't look like a very, like, good orange. It kind of looks just like bland, like Tombstone. And all the previous perk machines, it's like that, but it's a little more tolerable to look at. So I will give it that. And keep in mind, nostalgia is not going into this tier list. If the perk machine sucked, then I'm going to put it there despite the perk machine, despite the perk itself being good or nostalgic. So keep that in mind with the rest of this video. Okay, coming in at our number 25 spot and kicking off the D tier. And this is a hard one to rank, but I'm going to have to put Durwander Fist at the start of D tier. The Durwander Fist machine in BO3 and BO2. Here's the problem with the Durwander Fist machine. It's an orb, something holding the orb, and then it's just a pedestal where you grab your perk machine. There's nothing special about it. And there's not even like a nice little jingle like the mystery box or any of the other perk machines. It's just you grab the perk and you drink it. There's nothing special about the machine. Like, there is a theme, and it's not like rustic or anything. It's just a metal bars and like a pedestal where the perk comes out of. I wish what they did for the Durwander Fist machine was it showed all of the perks in the game, and then what they did was all the perks just lit up, and then at the end, the perk that you got would pop out, and you can grab it. I feel like that would have been so cool to just see, as if you were spinning a wheel and watching it pop out. But they didn't do that, unfortunately. And so at the number 25, the Durwander Fist will be right there. And coming in at our number 24 spot, and I was trying to think as to what I could put here, I'm going to be putting the Tonic Perk Machine, the yellow jukebox from Black Ops 4. I'm going to be putting that in the D tier at our number 24 spot for a couple of reasons. First off, I hate the yellow that they went with here. I hate the color yellow, and that's just an opinion base, but the yellow just doesn't work out in my opinion. And yeah, it doesn't even look like a perk machine. It just looks like a jukebox with a circle on the top to symbolize what perk is at that machine, and it does not work well in my opinion. And so at the D tier, at the number 24 spot, that is where the Tonic Machine will stay. Okay, and coming in at our number 23 spot, ToadTWE. ToadTWE. They actually added a little bit of dimension to this one, and I will give it that. But it just feels like they added a little bit. They did clean it up a little bit, added a much brighter orange. But they didn't, like, pop it out as much. Or they popped it out a little bit, gave it a little bit of dimensions. But other than that, it still just feels like it feels like the ToadTWE machine. They added a better design to it, obviously. But other than that, I don't really enjoy this machine as much. And that's just my opinion, of course, but okay, D is where we'll stay. Okay, and coming in at our number 22 spot, it is the Durwander Fist from Cold War. The Durwander Fist from Cold War. Granted, I like how it shows all of the perk cans. It's a nice step up from the other Durwander Fist machine. I will give it that. But in my opinion, this perk, what this is lacking is, first off, it's just a box. You just go up to it. Like, there's nothing special. Luckily, the perk jingles actually play when you buy it. And so I will give that a step up from its BO3 and BO2 counterpart, its predecessor. But overall, I feel like its only use is just to buy your perks in a more convenient way. And that is it. So yeah, D tier number 22 is where it will stay. And to end off our D tier, at our number 21st spot, we have the Brew Machine. The Brew Machine, just a box, but I do like the design of this box. It lights up a lot more, it pops out more to your eyes, and I will give it that. So yeah, the Brew Machine has also a nice little slot that you can actually put your hands in and put out the perk machine if there was actually an animation for that. Unfortunately, there isn't. So, oh yeah, Brew Machine at the D tier. That is where Brew Machine will stay. And so now, starting at our C tier, we have our number 20. We have our number 20 spot. And it's going to we're going to Tombstone from Cold War. Going to Tombstone from Cold War. This is a bigger improvement compared to the other Tombstone machine from BO2. It actually lights up a lot more. It actually looks like a coffin, finally. It looks a lot spookier. And yeah. So, yeah, I will give that a nice step up. The Tombstone from Cold War machine is really like it's a big step up, but at the same time I feel like this is the worst Cold War machine by far, which honestly feels way it feels like an improvement, and I will give Treyarch I'll give Treyarch a hand for that. They did a really good job with this Perk machine. Okay, at our number 19th spot, I'm going to be putting Mule Kick. I like this one. It reminds me of a hot sauce container, and I think that's what they were trying to go for. And I do also like that at the right of the machine, you got a guy in a sombrero and a mustache. That's a nice little design right there. Yeah, the C tier is where that will say I like the Mule Kick design a lot. But personally, I do enjoy the Cold War design more. That's just me, but I do think the Cold War design is way better, and you'll see it later in this tier list. As of now, Mule Kick will stay at our number 19th spot. Okay, at our number 18th spot, Juggernog. I'm putting Juggernog at our number 18th spot. Personally, I'd place it higher if there was a lot more of a design to it. Yeah, it's just red and white though. But it's way better compared to the other two Perk machines compared to Double Tap. I think it's really good. Like it's iconic, but at the same time I gotta keep it consistent. It does have a nice slimmer design, so it's not just a box. And so I'll give that the upper hand in this tier list. It's more slim. It is more clean compared to the other Perk machines mentioned. And coming in at our number 17th spot, I'm putting Speed Cola. I'm sorry, viewers. I have people in my party and I'm trying to piss them off as much as humanly possible. Don't mind it. Don't mind me. Instead, I am going to be putting instead the Cola machine, not the Speed Cola machine, just the Cola machine from BO4, the red one. And I think that it's really cool what they were going for, where like all of the perk bottles are on a conveyor belt, and as you buy perks, the conveyor belt just keeps on going. I think that was a nice little thing, and it reacts to when you purchase the perk, and so I do have to give it that. It's really cool and really a really nice mechanic. Like the attention to detail there was really astounding, and for that I will be saying thank you, Treyarch, for getting that extra step. Okay, coming in at our number, I think this is the 16th spot now. Yeah, this is the number 16th spot, and I am going to be giving it to the Tonic Machine. Not the Tonic Machine, sorry. It is the Orange Machine. I forget the name of it. I think it is the Soda Machine. Yeah, it's the Soda Machine from BO4. The Soda Machine that can be found. Yeah, I really like this as well. It's like the Cola Machine, and it just spins around. The perks bottles spin around, and I really like that touch that they added to the gun or to the machine. I cannot speak today. I like what they did with this machine. It is really clean. It is really fun in design, and I think that is where we will stop with the C tier. So topping off the C tier, that little attention to detail, it only gets better from here. And to kick off our B tier, we have Speed Cola. Yeah, I think that Speed Cola is a solid B. The green is really nice, and I also like how the perk bottles actually light up in the machine, like you could see it, and then at the same time, the place where you put your coin in, that also pops out, giving it a nice little bit of dimension to it. And yeah, I also really like the perk jingle. Not that it would do anything to affect this machine, because it's just on the design. Also, Speed Cola is my favorite jingle, in case you didn't realize. Especially the Shadows one. The Shadows one was just perfect. So, yeah. Speed Cola. I like the Speed Cola. It was just really cool. And I genuinely think it is one of the most crutch perks of all, so to give it this good-looking machine, it just felt needed. Okay, and now coming in at our 14th spot, we have Vulture Aid. We have Vulture Aid from Buried. It does look like a vulture, genuinely. This perk machine looks like a vulture. Yeah, and honestly, it is an underrated perk in general. I just thought I'd make that comment. So yeah, the Vulture Aid is just overall, it's really good of a perk and its machine. So to give it this spot, yes, to give it this spot, I feel like that is needed. So yeah, number 16th, our halfway point almost. 15th is our halfway point now. We're on a halfway point, and I will be giving it to the Quick Revive Machine. Okay, what can I say about this? First off, I like the bubbles and the design, also the blood stain on it. The Quick Revive Machine just looks amazing and feels amazing. You could have a fun time with this perk machine, genuinely. And I just think that this is where the Quick Revive Machine should be. It's the most unique, in my opinion, out of all of them. It looks like a cooler. It feels like a cooler. And for that, I will be giving it that slot at our number 15th spot at our nice halfway point. Coming in at our number 14th spot, I'm going to give it to Cold War's Speed Cola Machine. I like what they did with this one. I like how they put like the little stars or whatever from SpongeBob, like the flowers. It gives it a nice touch, especially the text as well on the top. It really sells the feel that it is a drug. And yeah, you're basically purchasing liquid cocaine for faster reload speed, and this just sells that. I do also like what they did where the cans actually float. I feel like that's a nice little bit of dimension to it, and a nice little feature that they didn't have to do, but it does help out with the perk machine as well, with the floating cans. And so I do have to give it that. I really like this machine. It is solid. And then I think to round off the B tier, I'm going to give it to Deadshot Daiquiri. Deadshot Daiquiri. It looks like a wine glass, and I have to give it that. The wine glass feel to it, like at the top, it's really good. And yeah, granted, the perk itself is pretty useless, including on PC, because, you know, you can aim at the head yourself. But at the same time, the perk machine has a nice feel to it. It looks really cool. I think what could have been really cool as well is if there was actually like a bottle in the champagne glass and you just reach for that to drink the perk. But anyways, that just tops off the B tier. So okay, and now at our number 13th spot, I am giving it to Cold War. I'm giving it to War Juggernog at our number 13th spot. I like what they did with this one. They added the columns on the side, like at the bottom of the perk machine, and I think that looks really cool. Like it wasn't necessary, but at the same time it feels like it was at the same time to add that little extra detail. And I also like how they reinforced the top with an extra bit of metal. I just like this machine overall, and also the perk cans at the same time. The perk like icons and the cans can be found within the machine as well. Okay. Coming in at our number 12th spot is Stamina Up. Stamina Up. Yeah, who would have guessed that it would have come? Actually, I feel like I put it a little too low, but at the same time, the amount of perk machines that they have added in are just too good. I absolutely love this machine. This machine is very original, and keep in mind, I am not adding the Cold War version of Stamina because it changed absolutely nothing. Changed absolutely nothing, and so yeah, why would I put it that high when there's absolutely nothing to do with it? And I just realized Stamina Up is a top 10 perk machine. I realized that I miscounted. I am so dumb at counting! Okay, so it turns out there's 8 perk machines left, and I miscounted. Yeah, there still is 29 perk. I can't fucking... I can't fucking count. I thought I lost track. Okay, so coming at our number 8th spot then, Cold War Quick Revive is going at our number 7 spot, or number 8 spot. Okay, they did a lot to this perk machine. First off, they darkened the blue and made it reflective, which I think is really cool what they did with that. They also popped out the bubbles a little more, made them stand out more. The text is also really, really cool, and so I do have to give them credit for that. And then, like, that little extra dimension at the middle of the machine, the bloodstain again, and it comes up and reinforces and pops out the Quick Revive logo. So for that, you know, I think a solid number 8 spot is where this perk machine should stay. Number 8. Number 8 spot. Okay. Coming in at our number 7 spot, PhD Flopper. Number 7th spot to kick off and to end off. No, this is A tier. This is A tier. To end off the A tier. Hold on. I'm gonna need to unplug my mic. Okay. Now, to top off the A tier. Yeah, I will be putting PhD Flopper in the A tier to finish it off. I think that this is a nice perk. It pops out to you. It's very unique. One of the most unique, in fact. So, that extra pointer will be given. But other than that, this perk machine just looks so clean, so solid. I absolutely love what they did with this, especially with the perk icon and the fact that, like, it pops out like a firework. I think that that was a really fun and unique idea. And that is just going to be what ends off the A tier. Now it's the S tier perk machines. Starting off our S tier, we have Depth Perception. Depth Perception, I just think that this perk machine looks so cool. First off, they have little lightning bolts, and also the perk icon. It's a unique, like, what they did with the perk icon was very unique. It actually looks like an eye instead of a circle, which, of course, is what Depth Perception's icon is. It's an eye. And so, yeah, that was a really cool idea, really unique in my opinion. And yeah, it's obvious that Treyarch really cared about this perk machine because, first off, this perk was like a why would you add this into Cold War type thing, but it turns out to be one of the best perks in Cold War, and one of the machines as well is one of the best. Okay, and now, coming in at our number 5. This is the top 5 perk machines now. PhD Slider. Not Flopper, Slider. But I'm going to call it the PhD Flopper machine because, let's be honest, this literally is just PhD Flopper. And it even has the PhD Flopper perk side effect in it. So yeah, I'm just counting it Slider as Flopper. So keep that in mind. This is Flopper's Cold War machine. And the design is really cool. First off, the screen itself is really cool. I like what they did where it's like an animated cartoon Cuphead type character just walking around and waving to you. I think that was a really cool decision, and it really seals the fact that it was like retro themed. Like it sells the fact that it looks like an actual like game machine, similar to Elemental Pop, but I feel like it just captures it way more. Or I feel like it captures it as well. Like, okay. And now, at our number 4 spot, we have Death Perception's Cold War Machine. This machine is really cool. It's rock and roll themed. It has that skull just like the Deadshot Daiquiri perk icon. And so you know it's Deadshot Daiquiri because of that skull, which is really unique because it doesn't even have the icon. You just have to assume it does because it looks like it anyways. And I also like the screen that they added on. It's just so cool. It's so fun. And while Deadshot isn't the first, second, third, fourth, even fifth perk that I'd put into my loadout, the machine itself is one that has a very good place in my heart. Okay, number 3 spot. We'll go to Mule Kick's Cold War Machine. I really like this machine. I don't know what it is, but I think it's also really cool that when you buy it, the guns around shoot. Like the guns that are on the machine actually shoot at zombies. And I just think that's so unique. No machine has done that before. And so at the same time, you can also see the cans through a star-shaped glass that looks like a sheriff's star, and it just captures the feel that it's a cowboy machine, like that it's something that a cowboy would drink or design. And for that, and the skull on top of the machine is just so cool, so unique, that I have to put it at our number 3 spot, which leaves 2 perks left standing. Elemental Pop and Widow's Wine. But at our number 1 spot is Elemental Pop. But first, let me talk about the Widow's Wine machine. The Widow's Wine machine is so tall, slick, slender, and it looks like a spider web on the sides of it, and I think that's really cool because yeah, it's widows, like a black widow, and this captures it perfectly. And it also comes on the map that I started playing zombies on, Shadows of Evil. So yeah, it does have an even bigger space in my heart because I really like this machine. I really like what they did with it. So it's so cool of a perk machine, but I feel like Elemental Pop captures it more. The thing is with Elemental Pop is the fact that I love the Pop perk machine because first off, it looks like an arcade machine, and I love that design. It has a screen and it has people dancing to it, and it's just so cool, and the lights and the stars light up. Like, and overall, I just love this machine. It's so cool, so fun, so unique. And I know I've said those 3 words so much in this video, but Elemental Pop really helps take the cake. So, for that, I have to thank y'all for watching today's video. That is my rankings of the perk machines in Cold War. If you did enjoy, which most of you probably didn't, but leave a like anyways. Subscribe. Y'all were insane for sticking around till the end. Comment if you did stick around to the end, or if you left early, which if you said you left early, then you're a fucking liar, because you obviously stayed to the end to hear me say that. But yeah, most of you probably already left by the time I even started the tier list, because you already knew it was going to be shit. But I'm happy to have made it. I'm happy that you guys decided to come along. And you guys are amazing. Okay, that is the stream. See you later. Goodbye.